Hey everybody, happy Sunday fun day. We're on our way to a listing appointment and a few showings over in East Knox, Strawberry Plains, and then headed into Kodak there. So I wanted to do this video. It actually happened to me this week, so I put it down in my little notes to get to it, and just now kind of getting a chance to recap it a little bit. So I'm a little bit less heated now. What I've learned is if I do videos as stuff happens in the moment, especially stuff like this, I get real heated and I get pissed off, and I probably say things I shouldn't say. So I'm gonna be, I'm gonna tell you obviously about the situation, but no details as far as who this person is. So I've done several videos on this. I usually, say like I expose and share and anything when I see people doing shady stuff, and there's a lot, but at the same time, there's a lot of great agents out there that do a lot of great stuff. I've had a lot of great transactions in the last couple months with just some awesome agents that was going above and beyond for their clients. And it's much appreciated from me when I feel that I work with agents who care, at least to the level of what I think that I care for my people. So I got a call to go see a house the other day. It was a brand new listing, just listed, new buyer, don't know them. And I got the appointment set, no big deal doing that. And then I saw the listing agent, who is very notorious, been around the game a long time, very notorious for being extremely shady. I mean, I kind of say there's probably around 5 names in real estate, let's just say the greater Knoxville area, that most agents that's been around the game and know the business and do quite a bit of transactions. If you said their names, they're all probably 90% of the agents are probably going to be like, oh gosh, I hate working with them, or they're the worst, or they're terrible. And this person's on there for sure. They're definitely my top 5 of it. And so as soon as I seen the listing and who was by, I was like, oh gosh. And one of the big things that they do, and I can't say, I'm not saying that this is provable, right? No, could you if you took them to court, could you prove it with evidence? Probably. But can I prove it based on what I know? No, but I mean, you put 2 and 2 together, right? 2 plus 2 equals 4. It's pretty dang close. It would be it'd be just a miracle of events to align for the odds of this is like winning the Powerball, for if it not to be a shady situation. But new listing, pretty good listing. Seemed priced very fair to move very quickly. But again, what this person's notorious for doing is accepting offers and not presenting offers, meaning accepting offers from buyers that they are working with, or buyers that are unrepresented, and then therefore not letting their sellers see the other offers. I know for sure this has happened to me with this person, without a doubt. And then again, accepting offers, meaning they get an offer and they don't let their seller know that there's other showings, other offers coming in potential. They don't let agents know that they have gotten offers in order for agents to let their clients know and make a decision to compete, because ultimately that's more work, right? That's more work for me as an agent. If I got an offer that I knew was acceptable to my seller, and there was 10-15 showings on it, right? For one, I'm gonna call my seller, obviously send it to him, and I'm gonna say, hey, we got so much activity here, I think we need to let all these play out before we really worry about even looking at this offer. That would be my advice. Ultimately, the seller's decision. Well, that's more work for me. It's more communication. That's more emails. It's more phone calls. It's more text messages from all these agents, figuring out stuff, all that. A lot more moving pieces. Well, it's a lot less work if I just send it to my buyer and say, bam, got you a full price offer. It's good. Even with there's 10, 15 more showings scheduled on it, say, all right, let's set this, move on. That's a lot less work for me. Now, the pay's still the same. So ultimately, when you look at it like that, I can see how people wind up being shady. It's set up to be being shady. Probably, arguably, you work less as a shady agent than probably what you would as what I would say is in your client's best interest. So sure enough, so we get there, and I'm like, hey, so I talk to the people, meet them, we look at the house. I kind of tell them, hey, just so possible not the greatest agent on the other side here, of just being honest and truthful and transparent and communicating, and presenting offers. Well, sure enough, they really like the place, want to put an offer in. And so I basically go to pull the listing back up, to look at a few things, and sure enough, it's pending while we're in the house. Now, this used to happen like during COVID all the time, and that was a whole different animal. And especially, right, if somebody presents an offer and say, hey, we're way over asking price and we're cash and we're no contingency, sure. Those are offers that you probably go ahead and accept and move on, but you never, always let the agents know, send a message out, hey, we've accepted an offer. If that way they want to cancel their showing, something like that, if you get that scenario to happen. But I feel one of the biggest things in real estate is as an agent, your relationship with other agents is big. I know for sure I have won contracts in multiple offer scenarios because I've done business with that listing agent before. Or I've been on the selling side and they got multiple offers that are really close, and I'm saying, hey, this agent over here maybe has a bad reputation, or I don't know them, but hey, I've worked with this agent. They're usually very good. Always got educated buyers, right? They don't beat you up on inspection, And I'm not saying this because I'm saying that I'm like pushing them that direction. I'm just telling them my experience, right? And that goes a long ways, right? For clients. So. Yeah, again, I'm glad I calmed down because I was very pissed off at the time. People want to put an offer in, and obviously they don't really know me as strangers. So now I kind of look shady for not letting them know in a way that there was an active offer, but I don't know that there's an active offer. No buyer's agent knows there's an active offer unless they ask the listing agent, they tell them, or let's say it sends that information out. So it makes my job harder, especially with strangers. Now, if it's somebody I'm working with, not a big deal. They know me and trust me, and that's no big deal. But when somebody's a stranger to me, they don't really know me, they don't trust me, and I'm kind of very just straightforward, shoot it how it is, which at some time can also almost look like, I'm lying in a way, to where, hey, if there's multiple offers, and I met you, I'm like, hey, listen, there's multiple offers on this property there, and they're like, oh, is this guy just trying to sell me to put an offer in? No, I'm letting you know there's multiple offers on the property. I usually will present the evidence of a screenshot of how I came in about that information there. But again, there's a lot of great agents out there, but boy, there's some big names out there that do a ton of business, a ton. I mean, some of them we do a lot of business. Some of these are doing as much, and I know for sure one case more business than what we do. Yeah, been around the game a long time, and the thing is with real estate, like, you're never going to know as a client really how shady your agents can be, because there's so much stuff behind the scenes you don't know, you don't hear about. You're relying on them to be the middleman. You're relying on them to be truthful and tell you the truth, and do what's guide you and what's best on your behalf based on their experience. And you don't really know when that shady stuff is happening. That's kind of the bad part about this industry there. But yeah, just kind of wanted to vent on that scenario, get this off my chest. For the most part, most people are good, transactions are good, but you just got to watch out for some of these people. I mean, they're just looking for that easy payday, and they're going to take advantage of you at the end of the day for sure. See ya.